Well, hello again, friends and neighbors. Today I've got another unboxing. And part of the reason that I do these unboxings is because I would like to have a record of my experience and to share it with you, and so that you know what you can look forward to, and within the realm of possibilities, what you can look forward to if you order something living online. Now, this was an eBay order. What's supposed to be in this bag and is a Borneo sucker or a hill stream loach. I had a little bit of an issue with the postal service. This package, for some reason, required a signature, I assume because the gentleman who sent it to me wanted to know when I got it so that I wouldn't be able to then say, hey, I never got it, can you send me another one, so he wouldn't feel cheated. I can kind of get that, but it made it a little bit more difficult. First thing I would like to point out is that any time in the past that I have ordered something alive, it's coming in a box, in a bag within a box. And so you have a rigid structure around it to kind of protect it in transit. This is a bag. It's in a bag with a big sign that says, handle with care, live fish. Now, I'm not really impressed with that, but the important thing is if it's still alive. So let's get this thing open and see what we're dealing with here, because I don't have real high hopes for this. Now, I emailed the guy yesterday and told him what was going on, and he said that these fish are resilient when it comes to being shipped. We'll see. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, it's alive. It's tiny. Tiny, tiny, tiny little thing. But it is alive. So, I guess I can't really complain too much about it. It is alive. It did get here in one piece and in fairly good shape, even though it's like an inch long. But it is alive, so I would have never thought that this would have been safe or reliable to ship a living animal in. But, you know what? I've been wrong about before. So, okay, let's get this guy over there to the tank, get him acclimating, because he's been in this bag for about a week now. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get him over there and try to alleviate any of his discomfort. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna plop this bag down in here. Now, this tank is kind of cool. Well, I say it's kind of cool. The thermometer says it's up to 77 degrees. This tank ranges in between 73 and 77. I have a smaller heater than what is probably required, but so far it hasn't really been a problem. The fish that I have in here and everything, the living things that I have in here, don't seem to mind it too much. So we're going to let him sit in there and get acclimated to the temperature of this water. I'm going to give him about 15 minutes. Then what I'll do is I'll come back, I'll add a little tank water to the bag, give it 15 minutes, add some more tank water to the bag, and I'll do that probably about 4 times before I actually release him into the tank. So we'll let that time go by. I'll do that. I'm not going to show that to you because it's kind of boring, but I'll bring you back before we release this guy into the tank. Okay. So while he's in there acclimating, I figured I'd give a little bit of an update on the tank itself and give the reason as to why I'm actually adding a Hillstream Loach to it. As you probably have been able to see, through the little bit that you've seen in this video and possibly others, I have a bit of an algae issue in that tank. I did just reset it. That is, I tore it down, drained it, cleaned it. I didn't scrub it, but then I did put it back together. So I'm fairly certain that the nitrogen cycle is still a little bit rough. It's still kind of going through that initial setup phase. The reason that I'm adding a Hillstream Loach is because they're an excellent algae eater. And because of their body shape, they, from what I have read, the research that I have done, are pretty good at cleaning glass. Because if you have an aquarium, if you're somebody who's had an aquarium for a long time, then you know that one of the downfalls to having a glass box with water in it is that you get algae, and the worst kind of algae is algae on the glass itself. And it's hard finding animals that will actually eat the algae off the glass to where you don't have to go in and clean it off. So I'm adding the Hillstream Loach to try and alleviate that, trying to get a natural way of cleaning that without me having to go in and do it. Also, it's just a really neat looking fish. It's like a cross between a stingray and a pleco. You know, it has the algae eating capabilities of a pleco, but it's flat like a stingray. So we'll see. I don't really know. This is the first time I've ever had one. I don't have a whole lot of experience with them, but this one is a spotted Hillstream Loach or spotted Borneo sucker. There's reticulated Hillstream Loaches. There's several different varieties that look slightly different, but they all have a basic, basically the same body shape, where they're kind of flat and suction cuppy looking. I know that's not a very good explanation, but very interesting looking. Really not that expensive either. And the only reason that I'm ordering all of this stuff online is I've had mixed results with local pet stores. I would much rather go into a Ma and Pa fish store and buy everything for my aquariums. But unfortunately, in Northwest Florida, the part that I live in, the Pensacola area, we don't really have any Ma and Pa fish stores. We had one, and it just closed up not that long ago. So having said that, I think I've said enough. Let's go back to the tank and let the little guy loose. Okay, so he's been acclimating for about 45 minutes, periodically with me coming and putting water into his bag. So we're gonna go ahead and release him in here, and he's probably just gonna completely disappear. So we'll see, but I got 2 cameras going. Hopefully we can kind of get him as he escapes from his little bag. I'm gonna move you guys a little closer to give you a little bit better look as to what's going on here. So, let's grab a little holder here. Hold the lid up and see if we can't coax him out of this bag without too much effort. Come on, little fella. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Well, there was sand of some kind in there. Did he actually come out? Must have. Oh, I completely missed him. Huh. Well, he's definitely not in this bag anymore. Well, hopefully the other camera got him, because I didn't see him. But I figured that was going to happen. Let's go ahead and let the lid down so we get a little bit better light. Now, as you probably saw before, he was a little tiny guy. So, oh, there he is. He's on the driftwood. Right in the center. And that big piece of driftwood. Let me see if I can get a little bit better. There he is. Well, only time will tell whether how happy he's going to be or not. So I think we'll leave it here. I'll give you little updates as we go along, as things change. So as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Any questions and any concerns, please leave a comment. Click the bell for notifications. And I hope you are having a good time, having a good time of things. And I will see you in the next one.